What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Full Tune YouTube channel, and today is a good day. Today is the first step of my turbo build on the S14. So I've kind of hinted at, that's what I'm gonna do with my S14 in past videos, and now it's finally time to start. I've got most everything about ready to mock everything up and get it ready to go to fabrication with my buddy Fast Cody Fab. So I got the S14 outside right now because I want to go ahead and get this engine bay cleaned up. It's really hard to start working on a car when it's dirty. I know I work on cars for a living, but I actually really hate getting dirty working on cars. It's a weird thing, but whatever. So I want to clean this thing up first, and that's just going to make it easy as time goes on with the build. If you start out with a clean car, then when you have new leaks and things like that, that's it's going to make it easier to find any issues that may come up. This car is over 20 years old because it's a 98, and it's got a lot of history. It's been through owners. I mean, I personally know two of the previous owners. One of my friends owned it, then my little brother got it because he bought it from my friend. He had it for a while, and I ended up buying it from my little brother. So it's come a long way in the time since I got it from him. Actually, this thing was all smashed up when I got it from my brother. And after I got it from him, I did the JDM front bumper and the carbon hood, because it was just actually way easier for me to find a carbon hood than it was to find a stock hood. Other than that, I had these Cosmos wheels already from another S14 that I had. I've had way too many S14s over the years, and S13, so whatever. But so I had those parts. It's got ISR coilovers on it, ISR arms and stuff. It was just like a real budget deal. I tried to kind of drift it for a little while with the stock KA. I did a 490 diff in it. That made it driftable. It was okay, but man, it was just so slow, and I haven't had a slow drift car in a very long time. I mean, I started drifting with a stock SR, so, and went up to LS's and things like that from there. So I need some horsepower, so that's what we're doing, getting this thing ready so that I can maybe start driving again and having fun with my friends. So let's get to it. So like I was saying, I'm probably going to end up cleaning this thing twice. So for the first pass, I'm going to just do some of this engine degreaser, gunk engine degreaser. Kind of foams up and stuff, but I mean, you see, this thing's just nasty. I mean, it's just lots of dirt and grime and leaks and stuff over the years. Body shop dust from it's been fixed a couple times, just all that just nasty stuff. I mean, look at all that. So and yeah, I'm also gonna replace some valve cover gasket and stuff like that while I'm doing this deal, because I can see it is leaking. All right, the hood is off, car's on jack stands. That means it is time to do some work. Any of my current or former 240 owners know it's time to really do some work, taking that hood off, because it won't go up high. But yeah, so I got things a little cleaner, but it's gonna need a second pass over it to, once I get some more stuff out of the way where I can actually wipe some stuff down. But we're gonna start taking off this cold air intake that we won't need anymore, taking off the stock manifold, and just getting rid of a bunch of stuff. Probably gonna simplify some things and get rid of like our EGR and stuff like that, and all that stuff that we don't need. So we'll get rid of all those extra vacuum lines and all that stuff. I haven't decided yet, but I might pull the intake manifold to really clean it up nice and everything. I don't know, we'll play it by ear. But yeah, I mean, I can't believe the time has finally come that I get to work on my own car. This thing is still, it's still pretty nasty in here. So once I get everything out of the way and torn down, I'm going to clean it up a little bit more and just get it ready so that it's a nice clean working space. We are going to end up moving the battery to the back, so got that out of there because our intercooler piping is going to end up going this way. Got another radiator on the way to keep this thing cool, but we are keeping the factory clutch fan because that works great. Of course, this car is going to be a street car, but I plan to drift it as well, so cooling upgrades are very important, especially when you're running a stock engine and you're adding boost to it. Keeping it cool is just going to help everything. You know, that's gonna help it stay alive a lot longer. So that's going to be very important to have. That hasn't come in yet, so might still have the stock radiator in it while it's getting the turbo stuff done. But other than that, I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff on top up here, all these lines and stuff. I don't really need all this extra stuff for all the EGR and all that stuff. Really, there's no need for any of that, so we're gonna get rid of it. I'm actually gonna have to cut that line back there, but really, yeah, that's it. It's hopefully gonna come together pretty quickly. I got my work cut out for me today, but I'll try to film as much as I can. All right, got the exhaust manifold off, and I couldn't help but bolt up the manifold and turbo just to mock it up real quick. Fitment's not too bad. I did have to remove one of the studs there because it was getting into the manifold. And of course, I'll have to clock the turbo properly. We'll have this coming down a little bit so we get a straight shot at our intercooler piping. But other than that, it doesn't fit too bad. I am happy that I ended up getting the coil unplug conversion stuff for this and delete for the distributor cap. So, because if you look here, those wires are going right by the turbo there. Just, you know, I mean, it probably could be done with like a shorter distributor cap or something like that, but I already have the stuff to convert to coil unplug, so why not do it and just clean all that up? So yeah, I just wanted to mock it up. I still gotta take it all back off, clean it and stuff, but I just wanted to check it out. One other thing I did have to do to that manifold, I did have to open up some of the holes because the studs were off a little bit. But like I said before, talking about this thing, this is a budget build, so that is a super cheap eBay cast manifold. I think I got that thing for like $60. I was like, let's give it a shot. Let's see. If it sucks, we'll go with something else, whatever. But I'm trying to do this as a budget thing. I have a tendency to go out of control sometimes, trying to get the nicest of everything. But I'm okay with that on this. There's certain parts that I'm okay with getting, you know, eBay stuff on. I don't think that's something critical. Could it make more power with a nice equal length manifold, and probably would sound way cooler, but we're not trying to put that kind of money in this deal. Trying to keep it simple. And my main concern really was keeping the AC. And it looks like I'll have very good clearance for my AC lines down there. We should have plenty of room to make the downpipe turn and get down through that hole there. So I think we'll be okay with that, and there shouldn't be any interference with my intercooler piping on the front side of things. So I think we'll be good. So I'm happy about that. Now I'm gonna pull all this stuff back apart, and still I got to get it ready to give this thing a nice deep cleaning, because I don't like my hands looking like that from working on the car. I want to stay a little bit cleaner, make it a little less grimy. I know it's weird, you work on cars, you don't want to get dirty, but it's way better if you're at the track and you got to work on your car and it's not covered in 20 years of dirt and grime. So just bear with me. Okay, so one thing I wanted to mock up while I was looking at the turbo manifold and all that stuff was the wastegate as well. And I'm glad I did, because it's something I was worried about with it being a cheap manifold.
if you look here, this is the gasket for the wastegate. You see all that material there, that is going to restrict flow to our wastegate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark all this out, and I'm going to grind that out so that we have the full flow. The reason why I want to make sure we got full flow is because I am running a small wastegate, just a 38 millimeter wastegate, and I'm not really trying to run a lot of boost on this setup. So if you're trying to run less boost, you definitely need to make sure your wastegate is working to its full potential so you can control the boost. I don't want to run into an issue of boost creep or over boost or things like that. This is a stock KA, so we kind of gotta, you know, keep it light on this one. We don't really want to have an issue of running too much boost or anything like that and causing us to break it. So that's really the main issue that I've seen with this cheap manifold so far. Now the exhaust ports themselves, they are not actually the same shape as the stock ports, so that is going to restrict flow a little bit. It may hurt our spool just a little, but with it being just a small cast manifold, it probably won't be that big of a deal. Like I said before, it would be better if I had a equal length nice manifold, but we're gonna make this work and make sure it can work its best for what it is. All right, much better. We can see straight through there now. So small things make big differences. So that took me maybe 15 minutes to, you know, clear that out and all that, but it should make a big difference in how my wastegate works. And now I don't have to worry about it. I know that I'm getting full flow to that wastegate. All right, made a good little dent in things. All the manifolds are off. Intake manifold was a major pain. Nissan loves to use all these little brackets underneath the intake manifold. It makes it a pain. Yeah, it's been a while since I've dealt with that, but I remember it now. But yeah, so all this griminess and all that down there is why I wanted to take it off and clean it up. And then I'm also going to simplify some vacuum lines and stuff since we're getting rid of the EGR. So all that stuff is off, and it will be dealt with. I'm going to clean all that stuff up too. But right now, get the car off the jack stands, roll it outside, and get ready for some cleaning. Yeah, so car's outside. It won't be moving under its own power for a good while. I probably got another day's worth of work at getting all this stuff on here ready for Cody to do his thing on the fab work. I'm glad I went through a lot of stuff and kind of test fitted things. So but things I have to do, I gotta get this battery tray, the old battery tray, out of there so we can make room to cut the hole for the intercooler piping. I'm gonna do all new belts, so I took those belts off just to make it easier to clean stuff while I'm in there. I'll do an oil change, all that stuff. Really the next big thing I gotta do is I gotta mark the oil pan for our oil drain, pull it off, get the oil drain welded on there, get all that back up on there. I'm gonna replace the engine mounts because they are a little bit worn. Engine shakes a little bit when it's running. So get those replaced just with some factory ones, just so it's just fresh. I don't really need like anything super hard in here or whatever, just a good set of factory style mounts will do the job. But yeah, that's probably gonna do it for today, and then we'll get on to the fun stuff. Okay, so it is now day 2 of the turbo install. Car's back inside the shop. Yes, there's a mess of parts everywhere. I really didn't film much of what I did today because it was a lot of just cleaning, more cleaning, and there's still more cleaning to be done. Seems to be a theme here, right? But yeah, lots of cleaning before I had to get everything going. But I did get the oil pan removed. This thing's got about 140,000 miles on it, and yeah, I mean, it's a little dirty in there, but no more than I would expect. So got the oil pan marked right there with an X. I had to make sure that I could clear the AC compressor mount and kind of sneak between the motor mount and the AC compressor. So kind of getting to towards the end of the the nasty part of this thing. I'm gonna get that thing cleaned up, get it to Cody for him to weld a bung in there for the oil return, and then when my new engine mounts get here and all that stuff, I'll button up all the stuff on the bottom. So it's getting close for that part. Really kind of at a little bit of a standstill just until I am able to get that stuff done, so I can put everything back together and get ready for the pipe. So really, it's just a lot of ordering parts and all that stuff. I'm gonna sit down and make a bunch of lists and make another order. Seems like the ordering never ends whenever you're building a car, of course. I've got a bigger radiator on the way for it. I am sticking with the clutch fan, so all that stuff's going to go back in there, and this is going to be all kind of like factory. So of course I am getting rid of the distributor cap because we're doing a coil on plug. I've still got to order the mount for the K20 coil packs, but yeah, we are making progress. Definitely making progress. I'm feeling good about it. I'm just ready to get this thing done, get it tuned, and smoke tires and stuff. I really miss drifting a lot. Of course, anybody that's watching these videos that hasn't followed me in the past on IG and stuff like that, I mean, drifting at one point in time was life. I mean, everything was about buying tires, buying fuel, getting out and driving. So it's been a while since I've really been able to do a lot of driving, but I want to get this thing set up where it's super reliable, where I can go out and hit some fun events. I don't have to have the fastest thing out there, but it's just got to be able to do most of the courses that we're going to run kind of in this region. Yeah, I mean, I just want to get back out and have fun with my friends. We always joke that we never all have running cars at the same time. It's like we go through phases of one guy's car is running, or maybe two guys' cars are running. So I'm really glad my buddy Scott from Grip Royal, his car is still up and going. So hopefully we can get some driving in once I get this done. They're working on a team car, a group of friends, which is our friend Froggy's car, but they all kind of banded together to build this car to kind of help with the issue we've all had. As we're getting older, we just don't drive as much, and we don't dedicate as much time to it. But it seems like all of us are getting that itch again, but maybe they don't have the time and money to dedicate to it. So a group of them got together, they're putting together this SR hatch. It's really cool, it's turning out nice. So yeah, I'm hoping to be able to drive with those guys when we get it going. So still lots of work to do, but making progress. Hopefully I'll have another update soon.